Today is Wednesday the 21st of August and we're in Whitby and we're just heading towards the square rigger. I'm not quite sure what the story is here. You can see the Abbey on the hill there, which is involved in the Dracula story. We're going to have a walk around Whitby. We've just come on the bus over the North Yorkshire moors. Didn't manage to get any footage. The bus was really full, so I didn't get a window seat, so I couldn't take any footage. Hopefully I'll get some on the way back. The ship is a replica of Captain Cook's Endeavour. Captain Cook was born in Cleveland and he ended up in Staithes and was apprenticed to a haberdasher before he started his naval career. The kind of boats that I'm used to, they're always fixing something on a boat. These guys working on the engine. This little fishing fleet in Whitby, a bit more lively than that in Scarborough these days. Crabbing seems to be the latest craze. It was similar in Scarborough as well. People dropping these nets and baiting them up and then getting little short crabs. I'm not quite sure whether they're going to eat them or not. Get your tattoos, temporary ones. Crabbers. I'm not quite sure where this craze has got started. You can eat these short crabs, but I'm not sure what these people are planning to do with them when they've caught them. Never seen anything like it, I have to say. It's been crossed at this point in Whitby for centuries, many years. This bridge that we see now, this swing bridge which opens to let ships haul vessels through, dates back to about 1908. So it's a little bit more than 100 years old, this current bridge. So we just walked across the bridge into the old part of Whitby, which is underneath the Abbey, so we'll probably end up walking up the 199 steps that go from this part of the town up to the Abbey. See lots of touristy type shops, small streets. So part 2 of the whelks. So this time I've got a whole 100 grams of whelks. So I've got a whole one, so I'm loving the whelks. Quite chewy.
Tastes better than they look.
Whitby, and this is the view we keep out of the harbour, out to the open sea. We're going to go and find somewhere to have a lunch over those benches.
And it's just such a typical British seaside town. It's so pretty. It's busy. There's dogs and people on the beach. Fish and chips everywhere. It's lovely.
We've just come up to Sandside in Whitby, and we're overlooking the harbour. We've just had some lunch down there against that wall, just sitting against that wall out of the wind. We had some picnic.
Sandwiches on the sand.
Sandwiches, exactly. You see the tide's gone out since we've got here. It's around about 1:30, so low tide is probably an hour, slightly less than an hour from now. Lots and lots of touristy boats coming in and out of Whitby on short little tourist trips. And over there on the opposite side, I think you can see there's Morris dancers or something, because at the moment there's a folk festival on in Whitby. So we're probably going to head over there a little bit later and see what we can see. The entrance, you can look off to the right towards the south, back towards Scarborough a little bit, not very far. You can see the rocks exposed as we get towards low tide. And that pipe there, I imagine that's a sewage outfall. I don't know for certain, but I imagine it is. Walking down this street you can smell something very characteristic here. This is a whole place making kippers. Still making kippers in the traditional way. These are the guys, Fortunes, Whitby cured kippers. And that's their curing shed there in the corner. About to walk up to Whitby Abbey, up these steps, and there are supposedly 199 steps up to the Abbey. So let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, that goes up by the side of the steps. I'm not sure how many I'm on, but I've already had enough. Go up the steps, you see over the roofs of all these cottages to the other side. So, how many steps did you count?
I counted 204.
I counted 197.
What about you, mate?
132 because I lost count.
132?
She lost count. Did you take a shortcut?
No, I lost count.
322.
Yes, it felt like 400 to me.
I didn't count because I was just concentrating on breathing.
Yeah, exactly. We're atop the Abbey Hill. This isn't the Abbey itself, this is I think St Mary's Church, which is an active church. And this is where Dracula landed when he came back from the New World, I think, in the novel, Bram Stoker's novel, which is one of the things that's made Whitby very famous these days, and a place where goths come for the Goth Festival once a year. That's the Abbey there in the distance. The Abbey entrance, which is part of English Heritage, which we joined when we were down on the Isle of Wight. So we're probably going to go in and have a look. The Abbey was once owned and lived in by the Cholmondeley family from about the mid 16th century to the mid 19th century. They bought this whole property, the Abbey, after it was suppressed by King Henry VIII. And it's been renovated by English Heritage in the last few years. You see these windows are not original, they would originally have cross pieces in them with small panes of glass. There's a museum at the Abbey. We've just come in through the doors, and this case shows artefacts from throughout the history of Whitby, showing things from the Neolithic and Bronze Age, 3000 BC to 800 BC, then the Iron Age and Roman period from 800 to the 4th century AD. Then the Anglo-Saxon monastery was here from about 657 to 867, and then the hiatus from about 867 till Norman conquest in about the early sort of 1066, 1078, that kind of era. The hiatus has been the Dark Ages, what we call the unrecorded Dark Ages. And then from about the Norman invasion onwards, then there's the Benedictine monastery on this site. And then new owners, 1539, the Cholmondeley family, after the dissolution of the monasteries by Henry VIII, and then modern times. Showing some of the spiritual history of Whitby. The ruins here, the Abbey's Hill first founded the monastery in 657 on land given by King Oswiu from Northumberland in the year 664. The church leaders gathered for the Synod of Whitby, a meeting that decided the date of Easter, which we're still observing these days. His house, we're coming into the grounds of the Abbey proper. See the ruins there, it's absolutely fantastic. I've seen a few historic buildings on this trip, but for some reason these ruins are quite affecting. I'm not really sure why they are in particular, but you know, this church was destroyed basically during the dissolution of the monasteries. It's quite a beautiful ruin in the Abbey. And you can see there's like a thin corridor in that very top story that goes all the way along. It looks ever so narrow, it's just in the thickness of the wall. The sun's come out and the Abbey is lit, so it looks beautiful, so I thought I'd just take a little bit of footage as I walk along this path. But if you can see Granny and Grandpa and Kirsty over there somewhere in the bottom. Stone coffins were reserved for nobility and high-ranking priests, so maybe the abbot, the prior, or in this case maybe the abbess. There she is lying in state in a stone coffin, probably buried with a chalice. Come down from the Abbey and we've come down into the town, and we're just going to get a little view here of everything from the other end. The Abbey up there, the beach, just there where we had our lunch. Now we're back towards Scarborough now on the bus, and we're going to try and get some footage of the moors. We're not quite there yet, but just like get a little bit of a field of wheat here. And not harvesting yet up here, they were harvesting about a month ago, so a little bit cold up here, perhaps a little bit delayed. So we're heading down on the bus into towards Robin's Bay. You can't really see it that well here, but quite a steep hill. That's quite a nice view over the campground into the bay. So we're coming up out of Robin's Bay and Flying Thorpe village, and that's Ravenscough in the distance. So we're coming up onto the moor now, onto the North Yorkshire moors, which is an absolutely very large area, the biggest single area of moorland in the country. You see all the lovely coloured heather there. According to the commentary we received on the bus on the way, was the moor was about 44,000 hectares. It's Whitby over there, which is where we just come from. A little bit hard to see this time of day from here.